Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. How's everybody out there in YouTube land? Welcome back into studio with Stinky Robot. I'm Michael Smell. On this channel, we draw daily, Monday through Friday. Changing that a little bit, we'll do occasionally Fridays, but Monday through occasional Fridays. I'd like to welcome everybody to the live stream here. We're going to get started here in just a moment, and on this channel we do draw. That's what we do for a few hours each day. I hope you guys will join me. I try to start a small community here of artists that want to get together, do some drawings, or just people who like to watch art being created. So yeah, a few notes before we get started today. If you didn't tune into yesterday's live stream, I'll fill you in today. We're going to be changing the hours next week. As of this week, the hours are going to stay exactly the same as they have been, which is Monday through Friday going live at 11:30, and then Thursday, Friday going live at 9:30 in the evening. That is all Central Time. But as of next week, we're going to bump the hours a little bit. We got kids sports coming up, as well as I'm extending the live stream channel out. We're doing up to 3-hour live streams at this point. So we did account for that extra time. We're going to bump everything back a little bit. So we'll be starting Monday next week. We'll be going live at 10:30 in the morning Central Time, and we'll be going live. That's Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursdays we'll be going live at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and Fridays we're going to call that a wild card. Life and being a father of 2 young children, oftentimes Fridays can be a bit sticky for me and hard to get out the live streams at late in the evenings, especially in sports season. So we're going to change that to occasionally we'll be going live on Fridays, and when I do go live on Fridays, it'll be a bonus, and those will be going live at 7:30. I'll try to do as many as I can, but again, family comes first kind of deal. Gotta make sure that my kids are okay, sorry, my camera just glitched on me. What in the world just happened there? Okay. Sorry, I got distracted there. But yeah, I want to make sure that the kids get a full, daddy time they need, especially at sports season. Got to take them out and practice baseball and practice the volleyball. And we do play a lot of disc golf as a family. So we got to make sure that family time and quality time is there. But now that being said, let's go to the other line of business. And that is the giveaway, which a lot of you guys are really interested in. We are exactly 1 subscriber away from 100. I am currently sitting at 99 subscribers. So hopefully by the end of this video, we will be officially over the breaking point and hit that 100 subscribers, which I'm doing a drawing for. Going to be a giveaway contest happening on this channel. And if you have not seen it yet, it was from episode number 23 of my live streams. Let me flip over here and show you what this is real quick. Turn off my timer. We don't need that running yet. This one right here is Rusty. He is basically our Stinky Robot mascot here at the channel. He kind of shows up regularly in my artwork, and we've kind of nicknamed him Rusty. We did this one on episode 23, and I think by far this one has turned out to be the best live stream drawing I have done. So we're going to be giving this one away officially next Monday. So if you want to get entered in the contest, you must be entered by Sunday, April 10th. And we're going to be doing the drawing at the end of my live stream on Monday, April 11th. So you must be entered by Sunday, April 10th. And to get entered for this contest is real simple. All you have to do is make sure you're a subscriber to this channel. This contest is exclusive for my YouTube subscribers. And then once you've got yourself subscribed, jump over to my website, which you can see right there below me. It's stinkyrobotart.com. And on the home page, you'll have an entry form right there. Just fill out the entry form and you're entered in the contest. 1 entry per person, so just enter once. But you can enter more than 1 per household as long as everybody that has entered is subscribed to my channel. So that being said, I hope we'll jump in here and we'll start today's drawing. I don't know what is going on here with my camera. I want to make sure it's not my camera. I have a, excuse me here guys. I have a second monitor hooked up, and I want to make sure that I'm not losing power Alright. Let's see what I can, if this helps. Alright, hopefully this is not going to glitch out on us today. That would be terrible. Okay. Let's put the clock back on and we're going to start today's drawing. What's going on, Tank? Got a pencil here. It's got a nice sharp point on it. And let's start our clock out. Again, I rarely jump in here with anything scheduled ahead of time to draw, so we're just going to start. See if we can do something different each time. We've been doing a whole lot of robots, so I think before the end of the week this week, I am going to sit down and draw an animal of some sort. Haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet, but I'll figure it out. Pull up those I do like to have a reference for. Just so they don't, I mean, I can draw them from scratch, but they just turn out so darn cartoony. But I like to have a nice reference when I draw my animals. So I'll figure out what I'm going to draw this week, and I'll pull together a reference so that we can do something just a little bit different than a robot. Can't do robots every day. I mean, good. But we gotta mix it up some. I saw both you and your wife are already got yourself signed up there, Tank, for the contest. Awesome. I had a feeling you'd be one of the first. Alright, we'll have him looking directly at us on this one, but his body will be turned. Okay. I think we're going to go necklace. Hey, Kate. You might let him look at it, huh? Just rub it in a little bit, huh? Sound like my wife. Surely you're not that mean. Yeah, we're gonna just kind of Start with a new shape of robot, and of course we're going to start fiddling and adding gizmos and gadgets and doohickeys all over him and see if we can't make him look cool, shall we? This is basically the play stage where we just got to play with different ideas and see if we can make him look pretty awesome. Perspective right here. Second. Slightly skewed, but we'll work on that. I think we're going to do a Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll do a single eye. I'm wearing a Zaku shirt today. If you know what that is, then you know. This is not a Zaku. But we'll do the Zaku single eye. I think I've already started drawing it. It's on my t-shirt, so I feel like that's where we're going today. Let's test your pop culture. Anyone who's listening right now, what is Zaku? What is a Zaku from? You name that series. What is a Zaku? Or what series is a Zaku from? Anybody out there know that? If you do, then you are a cool guy. Alright, time's up. Zaku is from Gundam. Yeah. Ah, there you go. Let's see. Move this. Yeah, we're about halfway done building this one. That's my son's. We build them together. We have a just off camera here. We've got the family collection. Little hobby that we have. Me and my kids, we build the Gundam, the Gunpla models. That's the one we're currently on. Me and my son. A little behind. I think we got about 4 models sitting here in my studio that we need to get to building. Okay. Let's see. I need to do something to him. He needs a little something. I haven't decided what yet. First off, I need to fix this perspective a bit. Go. I got this. Yeah, that's too bad. I'm super excited for Netflix is bringing a live-action Gundam to the platform. That I'm really looking forward to. I'm not positive I'm loving that part of it. Well, I think I can do something cool with it. Here in a second. Yeah, we collect just about everything robots in this household. I guess it kind of makes sense, right? We have the vintage 10 toy robot collection. We build the Gundam collection up. Me and my son only draws robots. That's the only thing he'll draw either too. Both draw just ridiculous amounts of robots in this house. So here we go. I got some kind of, I'm not sure what's happening with this guy. Let's keep working him. Sorry about that. I got caught off guard there. That was had to take that call. That was a doctor's appointment that had to be scheduled. So I am sorry about that. The joys of having diabetic children is you go to the hospital quite often for checkups and blood sugars and this and that. So I do apologize. I try not to answer the phone during a live stream, but I will only answer the phone if it's my wife calling me, because she knows when I go live. So or if it's, say, a doctor or something like that. So again, I apologize. I will also I may also answer for school nurses, and school nurses will call me all the time, checking in my children and their blood sugars and stuff. So if that happens, I will also mute you and take the phone calls. So again, I apologize. We try not to do that in this live streams, but from time to time, it's just necessary. All right, here we go. Now, where was I at on this thing? I didn't like the thing coming off the side of his head, so we nixed that idea. Just want kind of something off of here. Oh, let's do a, I know, let's do a backpack. That's not back. Yeah, there we go. No, let's not get that crazy fancy. Just trying to picture what it looked like when it's all inked up. All right. But we are going to need to add a little more to him for sure. So I'm going to come in here. Let's add a gauge. Have a high up here. A little bit better. Yeah, okay, good idea. that angle a little bit there. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit of point of interest. And here, you know what? I did these as little markers, but I'm gonna keep these as individual elements. I kind of like that. Now we have to into the belly of the beast to say. Want to do this? No. Could I? Yes. Where are we at? We are running pretty heavy on the time frame on this sketch. Phone call set us back a little bit, but no worries. Well, we'll pick it up hopefully here somewhere near the end. Ourselves do a nice little grid here. Could turn out to be quite a bit of work for us, but that's not a big deal. We got it in us. We can dig through it. Lines straight and keep them real perpendicular to each other. Flip this line, make it double line. Oof. I think it will. I think it will. I have been wrong before, but I think we're good here. So let's Number 7. All right. Okay, that is our little whatever bot. That'll do for the day. Okay, something a little bit different than we haven't done anything like this quite yet on the channel. I'm gonna have to go pick me up a couple more number 3s. I like doing the 3s on these for the simple outlines. We're not doing a lot of cross hatching, just because it gives me a nice line weight when I just want to kind of get the outline in. But I've got 2 dead number 3s, well, half dead number 3s, and I've got one good one. So I better go out, get myself to the art store pretty soon and pick up some more number 3s, because we're going to be up a creek if this last one dries out. Alright. Good places I need to start right here. Yeah, Microns are one of my favorites. I like Zig pens quite a bit too. I used to use Zigs a lot. But Micron is pretty much my go-to for the most. That, and they're really easy to find. I'm fortunate the art stores are a little bit of a drive for me, but Hobby Lobby is literally right down the road and they carry Micron, so it's a really easy find for me when I can't find any pens. I much prefer to support the art stores than Hobby Lobby, but sometimes convenience is just that, extremely convenient. I don't know if I've ever tried those ones. Maybe I have. And we've always got the cheapos, because family and friends and stuff like that, Christmases, whatever, they always want to get me some pens. And so I get assortments of weird ones. I'm not sure what this, Pigma? I've never really used them. So I get these assortments of these ones every once in a while. They're kind of fun to mess around with, but they dry out pretty quick. Just take my time, get nice, clean lines. When we're doing these longer live streams, we're trying to get a more finalized piece of work. Then I slow down, take my time. Make sure I got a nice, crisp line. Kind of feel like maybe I should do rivets on this guy. What do you guys think? Rivets? No rivets. Rivets might be that extra element he's missing. Kind of going for this old-fashioned, like an old-fashioned diving suit kind of bot or welding bot. Kind of, they look better with rivets because that's kind of more period correct. Fun times. I think I'm gonna make him like a really dark bot today. Make him dark metal. I've been doing a lot of like bright chrome type bots lately. I think we're gonna darken him up. Well, that's a wonky circle. Draw circles much there, Michael? Let's correct that. There we go. work. So we had the coffee dilemma or coffee issue yesterday. Just to talk about random things here. My wife brought same brand. She brought home 2 different kinds. Yesterday the French roast absolutely sucked, but this one is way better. It was way better. I don't remember what it's called. It's more like just a classic blend or something like that. But again, I don't have no idea what flavor it is. Some kind of Peruvian coffee. I'm not gonna call them out on this channel or anything, but yesterday's tastes like an ashtray. Today, that's pretty good. Definitely not the worst coffee I've ever had, so. Yeah, this, what I'm doing now, could be a bit of a time-consuming exercise, but it's got pretty neat results. I've used this a couple times in bots, and I've definitely done more complicated versions of what I'm doing right now, just doing the basic hatching pattern. I've done way more complicated, but we're trying to keep it simple for this live stream. Almost be a little bit much, honestly, for the live stream, but we are gonna keep pushing ourselves and do something cool. Alright guys, if you just showed up on the channel and you haven't been in here yet, I'm going to jump in here and let you guys know that we are, as of the time I went live on this live stream, literally 1 subscriber away from our goal of 100, our first 100 subscribers. I'm hoping by the end of this video we will have met that 100. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you want to be my 100 subscriber, now's your chance. Jump in. Along with the 100 subscriber milestone that we are currently on. Sounds small, like, oh, he's only got 100 subscribers, but hey, we're a new channel, we're a young channel, and I'm crazy excited for the fact that we're actually over 100 subscribers. So if you can get that subscription, that'd be great. If you've not bothered to hit that thumbs up button yet and you already subscribed, reach down there, nail that thumbs up button, let me know you guys showed up for the channel today. Before we finish up this cross hatching, I want to take 2 seconds here and show you that we do have a giveaway for the 100 subscribers. It's this piece right here. This piece is from episode number 23. If you haven't seen it, definitely go back and give it a watch. It's a pretty neat little episode. I had painted Rusty. He's kind of our channel mascot. And Rusty is going to be the 100 subscription giveaway. So all you got to do to enter in the contest is, one, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Then jump over to my website, which is right below me right here. Come down to stinkyrobotart.com, and on the home page, there is the entry form for the contest. So make sure you're subscribed, and then get yourself an entry into the contest. We'll be taking entries until Sunday, April 10th. I will stop the entries at the end of Sunday, and on Monday's live stream, we will do the drawing to see who is our grand prize winner for Rusty. We're really close, guys. We're right on it. 99 subscribers. I'm really hoping to finish this live stream and check my numbers and see that we're sitting at over 100. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's your chance to jump in and be one of the very first 100 subscribers to my channel. Now, if you want to add a little extra element to this, you can curve each line back and forth and give it a little more of a woven feeling. But we're just making it really simple for this stream today. Sticking with the basic hatch. Okay. Then when we ink that in, that should look pretty cool when I'm all done with it. In theory, we'll find out if I can do it. Oh, one last element, we're almost done. BB Arts, I'm the 100th. You are awesome. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you can. You're number 100. That's awesome. I knew we could do it. So yeah, make sure BB Arts. Now that you're subscribed, after we're done going live today, make sure you jump over to my website and fill out an entry form. Make sure you're in that drawing. Ah, it was your daughter. Oh, there we go. Now, get her entered. That'll put you guys with a few chances to win. And again, guys, 1 entry per person, but we can do multiple entries per family members as long as each one of you have an account and are signed up and subscribed to the channel. All right, we're set. It's time to, you know what? I'm gonna go back and humor myself. I feel like the rivets just need to happen. I feel like that's a thing. Not doing a lot. I'm just gonna add a couple big ones. Kind of the fatter rivets. Just in a few spots. do. The rivets here, yeah, I probably should. I won't do them everywhere, just like that. Now we've got a couple rivets. That just changes it. That little element pushes it just a little bit further. We're going to give the drawing what it needs. It's kind of what I always say. If it needs it, add it. But just don't overwork it. Perfect. Now we're definitely running behind the mark a little bit today. That phone call kind of set me off a little bit, and we overworked the drawing maybe just a little bit. So I think we're gonna cut corners on the background. We're gonna do a very, very basic background. So I'm gonna get it really nice and wet, and we're just gonna do a couple blotches and leave it alone. May have to do a little more than a few, but we're not gonna go crazy on this background at all. Get a little pre-wet. We start off that really, really fancy, high-end, transparent ink. H2O ink. All right. So, really wet, really blotchy. Keep it. Now, I really made that surface wet so that it just bleeds the second it hits. I like that. And once again, I did not get my paper towel out. One of these days I'll be prepared for these live streams. And wait a little bit too long on that. Pull that ink off there. So, not a big deal. When it's all done, it'll be corrected. You'll barely see it. Take a few of these right up to the edge, because we want to make sure it does have same as yesterday. We're gonna blotch it, Aaron. I'm gonna give it a partial dry, and then I'm gonna blot it. Okay, I think we're gonna add one more color. I think it needs to have at least 2 different tones, I think, added here. Right. I'm not gonna go near as much on this one though. Okay. That'll be it. We're not going to overdo it. I'm going to let this kind of semi-dry, blot this one more time, and then we're done with that background. Real simple today. All right, here we go. Blotted too much off that last time. That's why I had to go back one more little pass. Easy enough. All right, so this one, like I said, we're gonna go a lot darker with it. So we're gonna go indigo. Gray and black. That's right, you heard me. We're actually gonna use black on this piece, not Payne's gray. We're gonna go with true black. Because we're going to try to make this one a lot darker. So, that will mean a lot. Doesn't mean we don't use white. Gray wanted to be funny there. Funny little gray. All right, here we go. Okay, we're gonna go opposite. We're gonna do shadow from that way this time. And first phase, like always, is we're going to just go ahead and jump in and determine our shadows first. And allow ourselves to be a bit thicker. Because this whole piece is going to go dark. Allow ourselves a little more room to push it. We're going to black doesn't move, we don't leave any white in there, so we leave some. We're just going to kind of build it as we go. Here. Working it basically like I would the others. But I'm just allowing myself to be a little more heavy-handed with this first initial step. Normally I would not fill in this much area, but there's gonna be a lot of black on this shadow side. We'll allow ourselves to go just as dark as we want and go full with the indigo, the full deep indigo, because black will go over top of it here in a minute. You might be like, well, why are you not doing black now? We could just go straight to black. Because we work light to dark, and in the center areas, I want this indigo to shine through the black, kind of giving it more of a tone shift. You want the tonal shifts in tone will make it for a much stronger piece. I'm just working it right now. Come over here in just a minute and we're going to really push in some gray detail. We're going to leave the rivets silver. We're going to leave all this other accent panel silver. And probably the water pack, rocket pack, missile bomb, whatever it is on his backpack, that will also be silver. We'll be a little more subtle with the colors when we get over there. Treat them like we have like all the other robots. Maybe the very top crown as well. Blend in here just a little bit better. Work the darks in darker. Looks like a mess, and that's exactly what we want. Hey, what's going on, Stace? See you pop in here. Okay. Looking like a good place to take a quick second. I want to show you guys something. If you guys haven't noticed just quite yet, I did post another video late last night. It's about a 5-minute video on the creation of this piece right here. This one is called Self-Inflicted. If you haven't had a chance to see it yet, I've linked a down in the description below. There's a link to it, or you can go to my site, check this out. If you're watching after the fact, I'll hit a link right there at the post credits. But yeah, that video is up. It's called Self-Inflicted. About a 5-minute watch. Give it a shot. Check out how I create my hard body acrylic work. I actually have a few other those little micro paintings already filmed. I just have to sit down and edit them, so there'll be a few more coming out over the next few weeks. So you can look forward to watching those. Now, so we're just building up this nice, beautiful blue. We will switch over to transition to black here in a second, but just get a nice, gorgeous dark blue in a lot of these areas. Just take our time, we build as we go. You start out real dark in the very beginning, and the whole piece, you'll be trying to pull it back the rest of the piece. You'll find yourself getting real frustrated, like, oh man, I'm too dark, I'm trying to pull it up. Go work light to dark. And then you can make adjustments as you're going on the fly. You'll find that's way, way easier. Adjust as you work, rather than trying to make adjustments after you've worked. There we go. Well, my heavy body, when I work on the heavy body acrylics, I always start with my mid-tone first. I find my mid-tone color on heavy bodies, and I'll work from mid-tone out. I know I can go lighter and I know I can go darker. So my mid-tone is how I'll start a heavy body acrylic work. Just start like that. It's a little bit different than what I'm doing here. With the inks, I have the ability to wet it down and go significantly lighter. You don't always get that with the heavy bodies. So I start mid-tone. Other artists will start out with gray tones. Sometimes that's another way the artist will do. And I've done it occasionally, especially when I'm working my soft body acrylics. The soft body acrylics have a tendency to really want to be translucent. So when you want to do a lot of stuff that's really translucent, then a lot of times you work out your tonalities in black and gray, or with some tone to it. So then when you come back and add your your actual soft body stuff, it'll lay it just translucently right over top of it, and then you can add your highlights and shadows. So there's lots of different ways you work, depending on your medium. But when you're dealing with a very wet medium, you use your water, tone it, and really wash it out in the beginning, light to dark. All right, getting pretty close to wanting to add some gray in here. Alright, good, that's good. Now what I'm doing is going in here, the parts that are going to actually be silver. And adding my shadow areas and the areas that are going to be silver. Building that up right now. So that when I transition, I don't have to constantly go back to the same color and rebuild and just already there. Darker. Darker. Need a little bit of shadow under here. All right. Now we're a lot darker. We're just still working on that same tone. This part where you're like, it's getting boring. Switch colors. Well, we're gonna get there. This is the boring part where we working in the same color, the same shade, and we're just building up to the point where we want it. But working through pushing through the boring parts is how you make a really cool piece of art. Jumping the gun and rushing sections that should take you longer will make your work, you'll suffer the consequences a little bit at the end. So at this point, take your time and give it what it needs before you continue forward. Best advice I can give you, you gotta push forward. I have a lot of pieces where a lot of time where you're just like, you're desperate to move on. You're just done with what you've been doing. But once you've done it and pushed forward, be glad you did. Glad you did. All right. Just the tiny little elements right now. Just those itty bitty things. Yep. You know, we're gonna keep them almost all. There's gonna be like just one little splash of color. Everything else is gonna be either dark metal or light metal. That is how we're gonna proceed with this. Building up these shadows on this line. Okay. Awesome. And we're gonna give it a little bit of shadow line on each. Backward. Bring that up a little bit. Wrong side of that line. Now, easy fix. Okay. Yet again. Light on that. Highlights galore. In a minute. I keep it. Aha, he says. Aha, ha, ha. We're getting pretty close. Now I gotta go in here and add some shadow details on these grid. That grid, when it comes together, is going to look pretty awesome. You'll see. I've done enough of them at this point. I kind of have an idea what it's going to look like at the end. And it'd be pretty cool. Really cool. A little bit darker on the inside edge. Self-inflicted piece. I'm gonna have to think about it there. I will I'll work with you on that, Tank. Why don't you send me a private message and we'll have that conversation in private. I think I have an idea what I'll do there for you. But yeah, shoot me a private message and we'll talk about it, all right? See if I can help you out a little bit. Happy birthday, Tank. Yeah, definitely. Just go to my website, shoot me an email off my website. My email is on there. So just hit the contact me, shoot me a message, and we'll have a conversation. Or we just settle on $1 million. Wow. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is looking pretty cool. Which I put color to it. I can see what it's gonna look like, and I'm excited about this piece. This is just that boring part where the guy, God, this guy's not doing color. I know. Hang with me. It'll look pretty awesome when we're done. Ooh. No, 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 no. Mistakes were made. There we go. Ooh. Thick water eraser. Sometimes when you're working on these repeating patterns, you can easily get pattern blind. You just start getting in a rhythm and you get carried away and you make a mistake. Go. Yeah, that's absolutely what I'm going for. Vintage 40s, 50s robot. Vintage sci-fi. And it looks like it could emerge from underwater. Done almost this whole piece so far in indigo. I'm ready to change colors, and I'm sure you guys are ready for me to change colors too. But in this piece, to keep this kind of vintage flair, we're gonna do 90% of this whole painting is going to be in this one color. We're out of paint. We're out of ink. Got a big old puddle of gray out there too, and I haven't even used the gray yet. In due time. Hey. Beautiful thing about this pattern is once you think you're done, rotate. You got a whole other direction. There's 4 directions to go. We're down 2 directions of 4. Again, I'm not sure this is the best idea to do on a short live stream like this, but I kind of felt like doing it today. Saw it in the chest pattern and went for it. Gotta take our time, make sure we get all of them. You don't want to miss any sections. Because that'll be the one thing you won't be able to stop seeing when you're finished. One area you missed. It'll drive you nuts. Okay, and this last direction. Alright, sorry I'm quiet here. I'm kind of zoned in. Completely zoned into what I'm doing right now because there's so many little lines. I'm just making sure. Alright, going over, double checking, looking around for areas I missed as I go. I gotta make sure I get them all if I make it look right. Any areas I missed, just touched up. Pretty good. Okay. I think that's decent like that. Pretty decent. Okay. Now, we're ready to change colors. I think that's Big 10-4, good buddy. Let's change some colors up. All right. I'm not gonna change much. We're jumping to gray, so don't get overly excited. Wash some gray in now. And we will allow ourselves to be much darker on this gray than normal, because on the areas that are basically be the dark metal. Dark metal is, well, dark metal. Looking pretty light gray in the highlighted areas though. Like and so. Like a so. Dark gray. Try to stay off the rivets as much as possible because we're going to be showcasing those at some point here in a second. We're just going to kind of work it all the way around. Kind of taking our time, blending the blues with the dark gray, leaving areas and certain highlights in certain locations. We don't want to overwork, especially our highlighted areas. We're going to save the parts that are going to be silver to the end. Do not want to overwork those areas at all. I'm not doing it fully in this gray, but I want to rub this gray in here. And these dark areas blue and just kind of gray them out a bit. When I bring in the black, we'll have some areas that kind of pop. Right in. Should look great. If I do my job correctly, it'll look fantastic. But I won't be the judge of that. You will. You will decide if I succeed or fail. All right. Lighter gray, and we'll work it into the darks. Fantastic. Hopefully you can kind of see how we're coming together, making this much darker. Again, this is still mid-tone. We're going to be adding a little highlights on the top and shadow with the black. So that is still to come, and when that gets here, it really pull it together. if I've done my job properly and taken my time, built up this base layer with that indigo blue, if we did it right, all these other colors will lay right on top and it all blend together seamlessly for a great final product. That's one of the key importances. One of the most important things if you're going to start developing work like this, no matter what it is, robots or no matter what you draw, pay attention to your very first layers. Basically you're thinking about building from the inside out. If you can build that first layer, that base layer, just right, then when you put the extra time and effort into it, when you go to the top layers, everything will just fall right into place. And it'll almost look like you meant it to happen. Almost. You know, this is also taking just a fraction of the time the rest of it did. It's a testament to that first initial layer we built up. Beautiful. Now we're gonna do back to the very, very light gray, just to kind of add some elements, reflection to the light reflective metal. Light blue and that light gray will play really nicely together. I am definitely not self-taught. I've talked about him before. My grandfather Gary Hawk was a pretty renowned artist, and I grew up in his art studio. So from the time I could hold a pencil, he had me drawing. So I would say I owe most of my art talent and abilities to my grandfather Gary Hawk. But yes, I'm also educated as far as I did a couple years at Kansas University at KU in the Fine Arts Department, and then I transitioned over to Johnson County Community College, which was actually the world's biggest community college, or the country's biggest community college, where my wife still works. Met her, and I got my graphics design degree from there. So I have a design degree and practically a fine arts degree. I made that transition halfway through, thinking like, well, I want a job after school that pays. So I went to graphic design and did a very short run working graphic design. Very short. I worked at a place called Townsend Communication for a very small stint. Found myself doing cut and paste stuff for like a 50 and over magazine, like golf pictures and blah blah blah. It just was not me. And when that kind of internship was up, I jumped ship. And at the same time, I found out I could work at the bar. A buddy of mine hooked me up with a little gig at the bar. Just working weekends. I'm like, man, I can work weekends and make as much money as I was in the design field, working 2-3 days as I was working a whole week over there. So I jumped ship, went into the bars, and I've been there ever since. Because then I could paint during the weekdays. The weekdays I just spend in my studio, and the weekends I'm in the bars. And it just has worked out really great. I still do work in the bars from time to time. The club I typically bartend at is still not fully recovered from COVID, so putting a lot more emphasis in my fine arts. And from time to time, I'll jump in and moonlight as a bartender still. But, I spent a whole lot of money for college, but never actually used my degree. I mean, I learned a lot. I mean, especially the fine arts stuff. I learned a heck of a lot of stuff that I still use today. So I'm grateful for going to college. But it's nothing I don't think I could have not figured out and self-taught myself. I mean, really, art just comes down to research and practice and research. You need to learn your techniques and then practice the heck out of them. Just practice. Learn. Always be seeking out new techniques, seeking out new artists and learning from their styles, or looking at artwork analytically and trying to figure out, well, how do they do this? And then how can I do that? I mean, really, that's a giant portion of what art really is. It's just figuring out how to do something. But yeah, I'll tell you, there's one thing about art school that I absolutely hated. And this is probably my number one grief about art school. And they do a lot to teach you about technique. You know, they all do a lot to teach you like how painting works and how drawing works and how to do technical drawings and blah. You know, you learn color theory and you learn all that stuff. They'll teach you how to work. And of course, a lot of it is, I think half of it's kind of teaching you how to bullshit your way through it and convince people your art's good. But the part of it that really drives me nuts is the whole time I was there, I never remember one single professor that actually taught you how to make a living in art. They'll show you how to draw and how to paint, but no one ever talks about a class about, okay, now that you can draw, now that you can paint, this is how you make a living. It's a subject that never comes up. It's pretty much, and I get it. There's a reason for it. You know, there is literally a million ways you can make a living in art. But you know, it's one of the hardest things to do. It really is. It's not an easy career path, to say the least. All right, guys. Black. We're finally here. We're gonna jump in and we're gonna do the black. Now we won't have to add a lot of black, just because we've already built up enough. But just because he's not necessarily a black robot, he is just very. We're doing like a duotone, like or not duo. That's not the right word. That's color theory, but we're doing more of a. He's got two different color of steel. One really dark. One more chrome. The cast iron and chrome. That's what. He's made out of cast iron and chrome. Get that look right. Pretty awesome. And then when I do the highlights in the lighter chrome side, I will actually use Payne's gray, not black. Keep black just... It's kind of a better way to separate the two different metals. One is a black, one is a Payne's gray. It's almost impossible with the naked eye to tell the difference, but subconsciously, again, back to the subconscious, the two colors will help play a nice trick on your eyes, and it'll make a color separation without your knowing you're making color separations. All done subconsciously. Kind of blending that dark blue, that indigo I had built, just blending that black into it. Making sure I do not go solid black. This is where the drawing will start to really come to life right about now. You do not want to do very much here at the top because they got a lot of reflection. Just a tiny little bit of black up there on the top. Tiny bit. Right. James Gurney? Yeah, I know he is. I haven't not too studied up on him though. Like I know that name. I'm just trying to I can't picture the work right off the top of my head. I know the name though. Like I bet it's probably I'm gonna look at it afterwards like James Gurney. I'm gonna go check who that is. I'm like, oh yeah, totally who I was thinking. But right off my head, no, I can't think of him. At least I can't picture his work. Yeah, I'm pretty cautious too, a little bit. Like I go through periods where I research a lot of people, and I try to keep up with what people are doing somewhat. But I'm also cautious not to let it influence my work too much. There's one artist out there that It used to drive me nuts, and I finally just had to stop looking at his work. Because I love his work, and don't get me wrong, he's actually a phenomenal artist. I absolutely love his work. His name is Johnny Rodriguez. He goes by Command Z, and I had already started doing robots, so I started drawing these robots, and I was doing all these things with robots, and I was drawing robots and hummingbirds and all kinds of stuff like that. And then someone was like, "Hey, your work reminds me of Command Z. You should check him out." I'm like, "All right." And that's kind of how I was introduced to Command Z. But then I was like, as soon as I saw his work, I was like, God damn it. Because not only is Command Z drawing robots and doing stuff that I'm doing, but he's doing it real similar but better. And I was just... So I'm very cautious not to look at Command Z stuff. Make sure that my voice stays my own and I don't accidentally or subconsciously start recreating works I've seen before. Because there's been a few times where I do something, I'm like, oh, that turns out really cool. And then I look, I'm like, really? And no other artist out there does it more than that, than Command Z. I have repeatedly done something I think is really cool, and then I look at him, I'm like, really? Like I was doing hummingbirds, and all of a sudden, I was doing a set of hummingbirds, like I really liked them, I've done several of them, and all of a sudden he just starts doing hummingbirds. I'm like, oh man. So I've got to be very cautious when it comes to doing research on other artists. I highly recommend anyone who's starting out or trying to learn how to draw, definitely look at other artists. But when you're trying to make money on your work, you are selling, there is a cautionary tale to be had right there. Do your due diligence and make sure you don't accidentally copy other artists' works. Just say I don't do as much research anymore just because of that. You know, make sure my voice stays my voice. Nanotopia movies. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look him up because I know that name sounds real familiar. It really does. He's a sci-fi artist, isn't he? Because that name just sounds so darn familiar. I'll definitely give him a look as soon as we're done here. Okay, about to go. Let's go finish up our black since we got a nice fresh black out here. And let's go all the way black in here. And extra careful, no other color is harder to erase than black. And I'm trying to make very fine, clean lines, so take my time here. Take my time now so I don't cry later. There's a subject for another day. Epic fails. Oh boy. If I had some epic fails. Yeah. I could see that. Now, not anymore, I tell you, I always make sure, you know, since I've literally concentrated on just my own body work anymore, and I'm confident to say that I do not copy other artists, that I do keep my voice my own. Anybody comes out and says, hey, you know, you are looks like so and so. I'm like, well, that's fine. I know that I do not look at other artists' bodies of work. That I know and I'm confident that 100% that whatever I have created is 100% my own voice and my own work. Then I don't mind sharing it. 100%. If I know my work is mine, then we'll let other people judge. They can judge all they want. It really comes down to you know yourself. Did you copy that? Did you do that? If the answer is yes in yourself and you're trying to lie to other people, then yeah. And there's another word we could use for you. But if it's your own voice and your own work, then, you know, don't be afraid. Don't care what other people say or whatever. Oh, it looks just like blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, we both do robots, so sue me. But it's my own voice, and I am confident in my own abilities as an artist, but that is mine. And you got nothing to be shameful about. But I can imagine in the tattooing world, there's gonna be a lot of times where they've come up to you and said, hey, I want this person's work tattooed on me. I want, you know, this drawing on it, or this painting, I want it done on me. So there's probably a lot more leadway there in the tattoo world for creating other people's, you know, work. It's too bad you're all the way in West Virginia as well. I need a new tattoo. I need to get in and get some ink done. My best friend's a tattoo artist. He's been all over me to try to get me to go in and get some more work done. I just got a matter of finding the time to do it. I want to do like a full sleeve at some point. All of just vintage robots. You know, we'll have Robbie on there and a bunch of others that are, you know, vintage and famous artist robots. Definitely need Robbie on me somewhere. Robbie the robot's guy. So now that's starting to look really good, isn't it? A lot of prep work, but when it all comes together, it looks great. And it's a really neat little element, visually stunning element. Alright, almost done with this. Yay! Alright. Now we're going to need a little bit of gray in here. I've not done that yet. Because we still want this to look like metal, so not just a simple basket weave. At each one, like so. Okay. Bring that Payne's gray in. We don't have a lot of Payne's gray to do. We're just about to finish this metal up. I gotta put the highlights in there, and then we can go over with white. And then I got little areas we're gonna add some color to. For the most part, we're staying real dark today, but we're gonna add a little spot of color in just a minute. I can go crazy with the Payne's gray. Subtly. Wow, looks great. And every time you think you're done, you got a little more to do. I got blue in there, but we need to bring that pans in and make that certain areas need to be darkened up. That's it. Where's that? A few more little spots to do. Just about. Where I want to start rushing. I want to start scribbling. Nope. Take my time. Make my way through it. That's sexy. Now we go back to that black. And we need a little space behind these rivets. Pop in a little bit of a drop shadow. Each and every rivet. Pan's gray now. For a lighter, not as dark, drop shadow here. Those rivets. Okay. I'm gonna go into the gray and a little tap of this blue. Okay. Oh, gray, little indigo. I need to get the shadow side now of these rivets. We're gonna do it simply by putting in a little bit on the back side of each one. Just keep working the piece. One little step at a time. Turned out wicked cool. Admittedly, this thing is cool. I missed a rivet up there. Need a little black again. Black. Okay, white. Start here with the brighter silver. Now, if we've done our job right, there's not a lot of white we're gonna have to add. At least not in the silver locations. So those all look pretty darn good. We're gonna have to do definitely up here in the number 7. Needs a bit though. In here. That looks great. Now we're gonna add very light white washes kind of in the highlight areas and the darker. We don't want to go too direct. So I'll put a little white down, I'll wet the brush and then kind of feather it in. I want some white highlights. We don't want a lot. Basically using this ink to really kind of blend it on the highlighted sides. A lot less so than just putting a bright white highlight. Just letting it blend a bit. That will act as our highlight. Like so. Like so. All right. Yeah, on that back tank, I think I'm going to go with red most likely. Just do a red tip. That's kind of where I'm thinking about going with it. Okay. We are almost done, guys. We're very, very close. But first thing we gotta do is gotta do that outline bead of white around the shadow side real quick. Clean that up. Not to put my hand in the wet ink if I can avoid that. Highlight lip there on that. Just let's see, anywhere else that I've missed that I need to grab? I don't think so. Maybe right here. I should be very, very light with it. These arms. Okay. And one more pass right here. We are just about done with the metal. God. Okay. I am gonna call that good. Let's tap some rivets, shall we? Let's take a nice small brush like this one right here. Get a nice, good, deep, little white bead on each rivet. Nice, healthy amount of ink. Single. Okay. We're gonna ink it now. Bring in the red and orange. And some yellow. Bright yellow. Brilliant yellow, orange, and a bright red. Flame red, to be precise. we're gonna work the red, orange, yellow, kind of just blend those together to kind of create our shading here. Then I'll add a little bit of indigo to the red just to kind of make a deep purple for the shadow side. Orange. Now we're going to bring the highlights with the yellow. Nice. Bright yellow. Now the white into the yellow. Like so. Look at that. Beautiful. Now for that dark red side, maybe a little bit. That indigo, yes it is. Indigo and the red. Red in. Nice. Fill on that. Now, same thing on the eye. We want the kind of the half shadow around the red eye to be kind of illuminated. The yellow. Orange and red. Kind of want the eye. The red eyes are reflecting the red color, but it's fading out into the yellow. Make it more bright. Like so. Now I'm going to add white into that yellow. We want it to be bright. Like that red eye is just really super bright in there. It's casting a lot of light. Pull that light. A little bit of that darker red again, just a little bit. so. And we're gonna take that very thin, very yellow all the way around the outside edge here. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Ink in this number 7 now. Excuse my big head. I want to be kind of precise on this. That's it. That is it, guys. That's all she wrote. Maybe since I'm already here and I'm about to finish it up anyways, let's add a tiny little bit more shadow right here. Just a tiny. Yeah, like that. Good. Bring back the red, kind of smooth in it just a little bit here. I do want to go the bright white right around that edge of that bottom. That works. I don't say so myself. Now I'm realizing this eyepiece also needs some bright white around it. We're going to clean up. We're just doing cleanup details right now. If you look around and seeing, is there anything that need to do? And doing it. All right, about there, guys. Just cleaning it up. And we're going to need a bright white right here. Now, that's it. Anything else we see we need to do? Oh, yep. As soon as I think I'm done. Always something else. But, like I say 100 times already, gotta do everything she needs. She's done when she's done, not until. You don't want to overwork it. You equally don't want to underwork it. There's something that needs to be done that's going to make it a better piece. You need to just take a second and knock it out. When it's done, it'll tell you. I think that's it. I think that is done. For sure. Absolutely. We're gonna call it, guys. We're gonna call it done right there. Sign it. Peel it. And one more time, I'll go over the contest again. If anybody hasn't heard about the contest, if you haven't, hang tight. We're gonna tell you how you can enter to win yourself a piece of art. Because as of today, I believe we are finally at 100 subscribers. I will double check that number as soon as I get off of here. Oh, go my roll here. Yeah, sign. If we are at 100 subscribers, then yeah, we have a drawing this week. And I will tell you how you enter yourself in that drawing and show you what you could win. Put Alan Baby and the jeans on back. I'm not sure I'm getting the reference on that one. All right. Boom, there we go. Signed and finissimo. All right, here we go. We're gonna reveal, and go over the final contest details. Really like the way this one turned out today. This is fantastic. Got that vintage flair. Took the eye from my influence from my t-shirt, since I'm wearing a Zaku from Gundam on my shirt. They got the single eye, so we took the eye, borrowed the idea for the single eye, put it on a vintage looking bot. Kind of looks like a tank on his back, but you know, I'm gonna say that's a torpedo. I think it looks more like a torpedo on his back. Oh, alien! I read Alan. I'm sorry, but Alan. I should clean my glasses. I can read better. An alien alien baby in a jug. No, there's a concept we may come up with one day. I did one a while back. Back in my college days, we used to have this big old. Let's just say we had quite a few party favors one night. So I drew this really big alien and gave him a big old ray gun, and we named him Alpo. Alpo and his Hoopajoop. Alpo and the Hoopajoop. We had that big old, probably 24 by 36 inch paper. He's hanging on my wall forever. We had a lot of fun with that. It's kind of an inside joke, I guess, but yeah, Alpo and the Hoopajoop. It was good times. Well, guys, that's it. Let's switch over. Actually, before we switch over, I'm going to show you one more piece. So, going back to the contest, you have your chance of winning this piece right here. This piece is Rusty, episode number 23. When we announced the drawing, you can win Rusty, and it comes in a mat. All you gotta do is drop it in a 9x12 frame with a piece of glass, and you've got yourself a piece of artwork. Rusty can be free for you if you are subscribed to the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you want to enter yourself in the contest after you subscribe, jump down to my website right there, StinkyRobotArt.com. On the homepage, you'll find the entry forms. Make sure you get in for the contest. The drawing will be held next Monday, April 11th, here on the live stream. We'll do the drawing live here on the live stream. See who comes up the winner for this piece. You have until Sunday, April 10th to get your entries in. When I go to bed Sunday night, I will be pulling all the entries, or probably when I wake up first thing Monday, I'll pull all the entries and put an end to the contest and start preparing for the live stream. So make sure your entry is in before then. And while we're at it, before we go any further, This also, if you are interested in watching me create this piece, this is self-inflicted. I have a new YouTube video up right now on the channel. I will link it here at the end of the video. Also, it's down in the description. If you want to watch me paint this is the hard body acrylics painting. So it's a little bit different painting style than I do here. And it's worth a watch. I hope you swing by and check it out. It's only a 5-minute video, so it won't take very long. But yeah, give that a watch, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, guys, so you can enter the contest and hit that bell notification so you know every time we go live here at Stinky Robot and you don't miss any of the artwork being created. But today, this is awesome. Fantastic, fantastic piece. Let's switch over to our split screen and say thanks for showing up, guys. So I appreciate everyone showing up. I definitely appreciate all of my subscribers. You've put me at the first milestone of 100. We've done it just in a matter of a couple weeks. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I know this channel's been up for a while, but we really started taking it serious over the last couple of weeks that we started these live stream drawings, and it's happening fairly quickly. You know, I think our first 100 is a big milestone. Our next big milestone will be 500 subscribers, so hopefully we'll get there quickly. And when we get to 500 subscribers, I will do something really big again, another drawing, another something, but we'll figure out something for each leg of the way, you know, for 100, 500, 1,000. So every like, every thumbs up, and every subscription helps us get to our goal. Guys, thanks so much for showing up. Today's live stream was awesome. Hope you enjoy it. Share it with your friends. Guys, tomorrow's Wednesday, so we'll be live tomorrow at 11:30. Remember to take out the new times. They're listed down below for next week's live stream, so we are going to make some changes to the channel. But for this week, it's the same as always, so 11:30 Wednesday, guys. See you tomorrow.